सहना भवतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। नमः श्री तुलसीदास सद्वरिष्ठाय धीमते पूरितं हृदयं येन रामप्रेमामृतेन मे नीलाम्बुजश्यामलकोमलाङ्गं सीतासमारोपितवामभागम् पाणौ महासायकचारुचापं नमामि रामं रघुवंशनाथम् अतुलितबलधामं हेमशैलाभदेहं दनुजवनकृशानुं ज्ञानिनामग्रगण्यं सकलगुणनिधानं वानराणामधीशं रघुपतिप्रियभक्तं वातजातं नमामि। Hanuman ji, who was bound by Meghnad Indrajit, he was taken to Ravana's court. In the court, Hanumanji saw how all these Dikpalakas were with folded hands bowing down to Ravana. His power, his glory was seen. But Hanumanji was not at all scared, feared. Then what happened? Hanumanji requests Ravana, it is better for you. I'll tell you what is good for you. Surrender unto Bhagwan and he will forgive all your mistakes. Ravana laughs at him, makes fun of him. He was about to kill Hanumanji. At that time, Vibhishana comes and says, the messenger should not be killed. So therefore, Ravana comes to this, decision that let us wrap this monkey's tail with cloth soaked in oil. Let us, set fire to this tail. All the other foolish Rakshasas also, they agree to this suggestion. And then what happens? All these Rakshasas, they set tail to this Hanuman's tail. Then what happened? Hanumanji quickly became very small, liberated himself from this bondage from Nagapasha. And then, now by the time the tail was very, very long, he had made the tail very long. And then he climbed on the top of the palace. And then he set fire to all those houses, the cities, etc. All the people started screaming, howling, yelling, helplessly, not knowing what to do. And then, after having set fire to the entire Lanka, it is said only Vibhishana's house was left. And then, what did Hanumanji do? He jumped into the ocean, put off the fire, So we should remember Hanumanji was not at all affected by the fire. And then he went to Sita Mata. Now, what is this fire? What does this fire represent? This fire represents three things. Number one, Hanumanji's Vairagya Agni. This fire was Hanumanji's fire of dispassion, which could burn the entire Lanka. Lanka represents here the Bhoga Vasanas. So in this Vairagya Agni, all the Bhoga Vasanas were burned. Also this fire could mean Sita Mata Shoka Agni, the fire of grief. So whenever we give pain to someone, that pain comes back as our own suffering. So it was nothing but the fire of grief of Sita Mata. Also this fire could be taken as Bhagwan's Krodha Agni, Bhagwan's anger. See, Bhagwan doesn't get angry when he is insulted or he is humiliated or he is harmed. But Bhagwan becomes angry when his bhaktas are harmed. So in Lanka, what did we see? Hanumanji was insulted, humiliated. Even Sita Mata was insulted, humiliated. Even Vibhishana also. Very many places. So it was Bhagwan's Krodha Agni, Hanumanji's Vairagya Agni, Sita Mata's Shoka Agni, and Bhagwan's Krodha Agni. Yes, and then Hanumanji goes in front of Sita Mata and asks, "O mother, now that I am returning back, please give me some indication to show Bhagwan that I have really met you, to win his trust." So then Sita Mata gives the crest jewel, Chudamani, and then sends a message also. Hanumanji returns successfully. The moment these monkeys come to know that Hanumanji has successfully returned, all of them become very happy. And then they all go to meet Sugriva. So before that they enter into Madhuvana, the garden which Sugriva was guarding very well. He liked that garden very well. So they enter into Madhuvana and started eating fruits, and then the guards, they came to stop them. Those guards were beaten. All those guards ran, informed Sugriva. Sugriva was very happy when he heard that all of them have come back. And then what happened? All these monkeys, they prostrated to Sugriva, gave this information, and then all of them, they went to meet Bhagwan and Lakshmana. They prostrated to Bhagwan, and then Jambavan goes on to describe how Hanumanji did all the work all alone, single-handedly. Bhagwan was very happy with Hanuman. He hugged Hanuman. And then Bhagwan asked, "How is Janaki? How is she keeping herself alive?" So yesterday we had seen how she had kept her prana locked inside the body. How did she do it? So the eyes were looking onto her legs. So therefore, the prana cannot escape through the eyes. She was chanting the name of the Lord. This name was the guards, Ra and Ma. They were the guards which were preventing the prana to come out. And because chanting was going on, the ears were listening to it, so prana could not escape through the ears also. And because she was chanting, it could not escape through the mouth also. And because the heart was focused on the Lord, they were considered to be the doors which were closed. So this is the comparison given. So Hanumanji said, "Bhagwan, this is how she had kept her pranas locked inside the body." Why did she keep the pranas locked? Suppose she dies there, it will be a blemish for Bhagwan. So people will say, what kind of Bhagwan is this? He could not save his own wife. This is how the people will say. So if Sita Mata dies there, then it will be a great black spot on Bhagwan. So Hanumanji said, Bhagwan, this is how she is protecting herself. And then Hanumanji gives the message of Sita Mata. So what is the message? Oh Lord, why have you forgotten me? What is the mistake that I have done? I accept that there is one mistake I have done. And what is the mistake? When I was separated from you, I could not give up this body. This is my mistake. But actually, Bhagwan, this is not my mistake, because this is a mistake of my eyes. So yesterday that simile was given. Body is the cotton. The fire of separation, that Viraha Agni, the separation was the fire, body was the cotton, and the heavy breathing was the wind. Actually, this body was supposed to be burned in that fire of separation, but the eyes which were longing to see Bhagwan did not allow it. These eyes kept on shedding tears, because of which this bodily cotton could not get burned. So this way Hanumanji said, Bhagwan, this way nimisha karunanidhi jahi kalpa samabhiti. Every moment she is living there. For her, every moment is equal to one kalpa. So many yugas. So therefore, Bhagwan, immediately you must go and killing all the asuras, you must bring Sita Mata back. After that, what happened? Let us see. Suni Sita dukha prabhu sukha ayana bhari aaye jalaraji vanayana. So when Bhagwan listened to this condition of Sita Mata, how much sorrow she was going through, then Bhagwan's eyes became filled with tears. Bachan kayaman mamagati jahi sapanehu bujya vipati kitahi. Then Bhagwan said, the one who has considered me as the goal by thought, word and deed, anyone who has kept me as the highest goal by thought, word and deed, sapnehu bujya vipati kitahi. Is it possible that such a person will have any kind of vipatti, adversity, sorrow, even in their dream? This is a very important point. A person who has kept Bhagwan as the highest goal, and one who remembers Bhagwan all the time, such a person can never have sorrow. Sorrow is impossible. Put in another words, if we have sorrow, it simply means we have forgotten God. What is the meaning? If I have sorrow, sorrow is a state of mind. If I have sorrow, it simply means I have forgotten God. One who remembers God cannot be sorrowful. Bhagwan says, even in his dream, sorrow cannot come. Very important point. When do we feel sorrowful? When our attention is diverted from God, when our attention is upon our problem, when we keep on thinking of our problem, that problem appears big, and because of that we experience sorrow. So what should we do whenever there is sorrow? Shift the attention from worldly thoughts. Instead of thinking again and again of that worldly problem, think of God. Then sorrow will vanish. A very practical tip to get rid of sorrow. Remembrance of God and sorrow cannot go together. Then, Kah Hanumant Vipati Prabhu Soi Jab Tava Sumiran Bhajan Na Hoi. Again, another important mantra for remaining happy. Hanumanji says, Bhagavan, that is called vipatti, that is called adversity. What? When we are not able to remember you. When sumiran and bhajan na hoi. When we are not able to do your bhajan, when you are not able to worship you, remember you, Bhagavan, that is the greatest calamity. The greatest calamity is not worldly adversities, worldly difficulties, worldly tragedies. No. Many times, what do we consider as a tragedy? According to us, tragedy means something bad should happen in the world. Death of near and dear one, heavy loss in business, etc. is considered to be tragedy. But Hanumanji says, no, that is not the tragedy. What is tragedy? Forgetfulness of God is the real tragedy. Because that is what brings in sorrow. So a bhakta should always remember this. What is sorrow? Forgetfulness of God is sorrow. So therefore Bhagavan, as far as Sita Mata is concerned, this Marana is difficult there, because now and then this Ravana comes, keeps on uttering all these painful, hurting words. And not only that, all the time those Rakshasis are there, surrounding her, not allowing you to fix her mind upon you. So varieties of problems are there where even this Marana becomes difficult. So Bhagavan therefore, Ketik baat Prabhu jatu dhan ki, ripu hi jeeti aanibi Janaki. So for Bhagavan, we must bring Janaki Mata back. And as far as the Rakshasas are concerned, how silly they are for you. It is not at all difficult for you to finish them. It is not at all difficult. So definitely we should bring Janaki Mata back. At that time, what happened? Now here comes some touching moments in this Tulsi Ramayana. Sunu kapi tohi saman upakari, nahi ko suranar munitanudhari. Now Bhagavan looks at Hanuman with great amount of what you call gratitude. So much Hanumanji has done for Bhagavan, even from the moment they met. In Kishkindha Kand, it is said that when Bhagavan and Lakshmana, they were coming, no footwear, nothing to protect themselves, and then Hanumanji comes in the form of a Brahmana to know who they are. And then Hanumanji's attention goes to the feet. And then Hanumanji says, in this forest you are walking without even a footwear. And then Hanumanji carry them to Sugriva. So from that time onwards, very many instances, Bhagavan sees that this Hanuman is the one who has been continuously serving Bhagavan. So now Bhagavan says, O Hanuman, the amount of service you have done, nahi ko sura nara muni tanudhari. Nobody, whether it is a devata or a human being or Rishi Muni, nobody has done the amount of service which you have done. Prati upakar karonga tora. Hanumanji, what is it that I can give you? I don't have anything to give you, in return for the amount of service you have done. Sanamukh hoi na sakat manamora. I am not even able to stand before you. I am not even able to look at your face. Because, I am so much indebted to you. Sunu sut tohi urin mein nahi, dekhyau kari vichar man mahi. Hanuman, now here for the first time Bhagavan calls him Suta. Suta means, O son. Earlier Sita Mata had called. Now for the first time Bhagavan calls him, O my dear son. I have thought a lot about it, but I conclude that I can never come out of the debt which you have put me in. You have made me indebted to you, and I can never come out of this debt. Puni puni kapihi chitava suratrata, lochana neer pulaka atigata. Again and again Bhagavan was looking at Hanuman's face, filled with gratitude, filled with love. And as he was looking at Hanuman, eyes were filled with tears. All those hairs stood on end of Bhagavan. Look at Bhagavan's gratitude for Hanuman. These are all the, the virtues which we must also try to cultivate. Somebody has done something for us. Remaining thankless is definitely a vice. It's a durguna. Now you see Bhagavan here. How much of gratitude he has. Words are not coming and he doesn't know what to give him. And then what happens? Looking at Bhagavan's condition, eyes filled with tears and hair standing on end. Suni Prabhu bachana biloki mukh gat harashi Hanumant. When Hanuman saw the condition of Bhagavan like this, he became very uncomfortable. Here is Bhagavan with tears in the eyes and doesn't know what to do, and fully indebted to him, expressing his gratitude, not having words to thank him. Looking at the condition of Bhagavan, what happened to Hanuman? He became extremely happy that Bhagavan is pleased with him. Immediately, Charana Parev Premakula Trahi Trahi Bhagavant. Immediately Hanumanji fell at the feet of Bhagavan and said, Trahi, Trahi, protect me. Bhagavan, save me. Now what does it mean? Bhagavan, if you do like this, my ego will shoot up. Actually, I have done nothing. The way you are praising me and the way you are telling all these things, it appears as though I have done something to you. Bhagavan, I have done nothing. Whatever I have done, it is only because of your grace. So what does Hanumanji do? He immediately goes and falls at his feet. See how alert Hanuman is and see how humble he is. Even Bhagavan's praise, he is not allowing it to go into his head. Trahi, Trahi Bhagavant. And from the Hanuman standpoint, he is right. Because everything is given by Bhagavan only. Body is given by Bhagavan. Life is given by Bhagavan. Opportunity to serve is given by Bhagavan. And you will find in all through this thing, Bhagavan himself was making way for everything. Isn't it? So therefore, by all means, it is Bhagavan only who was doing everything. So Hanuman doesn't take even a wee bit of credit for whatever has happened. He just fall at the feet of Bhagavan. And then what happened? Bar bar Prabhu chahai uthava prema magnatehi uthabuna bhava. Again and again Bhagavan tries to lift him. Now he is at the feet, holding on to the feet of Bhagavan. Again and again Bhagavan tries to lift him, but he is not going to leave. He just stuck to the feet of Bhagavan. Bhagavan was not able to lift him. Hanumanji there was magana, absorbed in the love of Bhagavan. Prabhu kara pankaj kapike sisa. And when Bhagavan saw that he is not getting up, then Bhagavan places his lotus hand upon the head of Hanumanji. Sumiriso dasa magana gaurisa. And as Lord Shiva, now who is explaining this? Lord Shiva is narrating the story to Parvati. As Shivji was narrating this story, Shivji got absorbed in that state of love. Why did it happen? It happened because Hanumanji is none other than the avatar of Lord Shiva. So actually who was Hanuman? It was none other than Lord Shiva. So now Shivji had the direct experience of Bhagavan's lotus hand coming onto his head. It was his direct experience. It was not that, he was a third party watching it. No. He was the one who experienced it. So as Lord Shiva was explaining this, he just went into Samadhi only. Because it was a direct experience. Sumiri, remembering that, so dasa magana gauri sa, Lord Shiva was absorbed into that blissful state of experience. Samadhana man karipuni sankar lage kahana katha ati sundar. Again with great difficulty he brought back his mind from that state. And then again Lord Shiva started narrating that incident. Then what happened? Kapi uthai Prabhu hridaya lagava karagahi parama nikat baithava. And then Bhagavan lifted Hanuman, embraced him, and then Karagahi held his hand, Parama Nikat Baithava, made him sit very, very near to him. Now this is a beautiful story, no doubt, but what is the spiritual message here? Whenever a seeker in total humility meditates on God with the attitude Dasoham, oh Bhagavan, I am a nobody, I am your servant. With this attitude, when he worships, this Dasoham attitude culminates in Soham. This is the spiritual message. Soham means what? He comes to know that Bhagavan is none other than my own self. Bhagavan is not different from me, He is my own self. There is no difference between Bhagavan and me. He is the very consciousness in me. So what happens with this dasoham attitude? The ego is totally dissolved, and when the ego goes away, what remains? What remains is only Bhagavan, which is a pure consciousness. To put it technically, this consciousness is Bhagavan. And what is this ego? The ego in us, the individuality in us is nothing but the imagination of consciousness as this body. It is only a wrong notion. The wrong notion which we have about this consciousness is called the ego. So, I am so and so. This notion is called the ego. And what is God? I am is God. That so and so part is only a wrong notion in the mind. What is the truth? Truth is only I am, which is Satchit Anand. So when a devotee dissolves his ego, what goes away is the so and so part. What goes away is the wrong notion in the mind. Wrong notion about ourselves. I am a man, I am a woman, I am this, I am that. All these are wrong notions. What is the truth? Truth is only consciousness. So when this wrong notion goes away, with devotion, when this ego is dissolved, what remains is only Bhagavan, His presence. This is the spiritual meaning of this, this incident. So Bhagavan makes him sit near him. Holding his hand, he makes him sit near him. And then what happens? Kahu kapi Ravana palit lanka, kehi bidhi dahev durg ati banka. Oh Hanuman, tell me, how did you reach there? How did you get into this Lanka? How did you burn this Lanka? I want to listen from your own mouth. Who had narrated everything? It was Jambavant who had narrated. No, Hanuman, I want to listen from you. How did you do this great, almost impossible feat? How did you achieve it? Prabhu prasanna jana Hanumana, bola bachana bigat abhimana. When Hanumanji heard this question from Bhagavan, Hanuman, how did you do it? Hanumanji became happy. You know why Hanumanji became happy? See, actually, Hanumanji was instructed only to give the message and come back. But he did some mischief also. What is the mischief? Bhagavan did not tell him to burn Lanka. Right? So, Hanumanji was little scared. Will Bhagavan get angry with me or not? Little fear was there. Now when Bhagavan is asking this, Hanuman, how did you burn Lanka and all that? What does it mean? He is not angry. So Hanumanji was very happy. Thank God. Prabhu prasanna jana Hanumana bola bachana bigat abhimana. When Bhagavan asked this question, how did you burn Lanka, etc., Hanumanji spoke these words without abhiman, without any ego. What did he say? Sakha mrg kai badi manusai, sakha te sakha par jai. O Lord, what is so great? What strength, what power, what glory is there in a mere monkey? Its job is only to jump from one tree to another tree. This is all what it knows, jumping from branch to branch. Nadi sindhu ha takapurajara, nisichara ganabadi, vipin ujara. Bhagavan, yes, I did that, crossing the ocean, burning the Lanka, killing these Rakshasas, destroying that Vatika. Yes, all those things have happened. So, sab tava pratap raghurai. Bhagavan, it is all because of your pratap, your glory, your might, your strength, your blessings. Nath na kachu mori prabhutai. Absolutely, I am telling you, there is absolutely no credit for me. All credit should go to you. There is no greatness of mine. It is all your greatness. ता कहूं प्रभु कछु अगम नहीं जा पर तुम अनुकूल तव प्रभाव बड़वान लही जारि सकई खलु तूल. O Lord, that if, there is nothing impossible for a person upon whom you have showered your grace. There is nothing impossible for a person upon whom you have showered your grace. By your grace, even cotton can burn the submarine fire. Badavanal means submarine fire. Actually, fire burns the cotton. But if your grace is there, then even the cotton can burn the fire. Even that is possible. What is not possible? Anything is possible by your grace, by your blessing. Okay, and then Bhagavan, I want something from you. Now you were asking that, what Hanuman, what can I give you, etc. You were asking. But there is something which I want from you. What is it? Nath bhagati ati sukhadayeni dehu kripa kari anapayeni. Bhagavan, this is what I want. What is it that you want? Sukhadayini anapayeni bhakti. This is what I want. Bhagavan, I want devotion. What kind of devotion? Which is sukhadayini, which is extremely blissful. Then anapayini. Anapayini means what? Which doesn't go away. That bhakti which is all the time there. Bhagavan, this bhakti I want. Please bless me. Suni Prabhu Parama Sarala Kapibani. Listening to this, words of Hanumanji filled with humility, simplicity. Evamastu taba kaheu bhavani. What did Bhagavan say? Evamastu, tathastu. May it be so. Bhagavan blessed Hanumanji with devotion. Now see, Sita Mata also has blessed Hanumanji with devotion. Here Bhagavan also has blessed Hanumanji with double blessing from both the end. So Hanumanji made it doubly sure that he gets bhakti of Bhagavan. Evamastu. Uma Ram Subhav Jahi Jana Tahi Bhajanu Tahi Bhavana Ana. Yal Sambad Jasu Ur Ava Ragupati Charana Bhagati Soi Pava. Now Lord Shiva is telling, O Parvati, Ram Subhav Jahi Jana, the one who has known the nature of Bhagavan, the Swabhava of Bhagavan, Tahi Bhajanu Taji Bhavana Ana. Such a person, he will not have attachment for anything. He will not desire anything other than Bhagavan. The one who has known the nature of Bhagavan, he cannot desire anything other than Bhagavan. This again is very true. At the seat of meditation, why does our mind wander? Our mind wanders because it thinks happiness is not in the self, happiness is in the world. At the seat of meditation, you have a choice. Either you can shift the attention to the self, the pure consciousness within, the Atma, which is Satchit Anand, or you can shift the attention of the mind to the world. Why does the mind... Now here Rama, when it is said, understand it is the self. The Supreme Self is Rama. So one who has known the nature of Rama, his mind will not be attached to anything else. Why? The self is of the nature of Anand. It is Satchit Anand. It is of the nature of infinite bliss. Our mind, what does the mind want? It wants happiness, isn't it? So when the mind knows that there is infinite happiness in one's own self, will the mind go towards the world? Will the mind have worldly thoughts? Will the mind wander in the world? No. Mind is wandering because it doesn't know where to seek happiness from. As long as one thinks that world is the source of happiness, so long the mind will wander. You can't stop it because the mind is seeking happiness from the world. But as you come to know that no, the world is not the source of happiness, it is the self which is the source of happiness, what happens to that mind? That mind becomes withdrawn. That mind learns to abide in the self. Yes, so now this samvad gets over. Yah samvad jas ur ava. Now the Falashruti. What is the Falashruti? Whoever is moved by this samvad, this dialogue between Hanumanji and Bhagwan Ramchandraji, whoever is moved by this dialogue, Raghupati Charana Bhagati Soi Pava, such a person will definitely gain the bhakti of Bhagwan. Suni Prabhu Vachana Kahahi Kapi Vrinda Jai 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 Kripal Sukhakanda. When all the monkeys who had gathered there, when they heard this, that Bhagwan is blessing Hanumanji with his bhakti, etc., all these monkeys, they chanted. What they chant? Jai 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 Kripal Sukhakanda. Victory unto that Lord who is the very fountain of all happiness and bliss. And a very nice thing, no, remember these monkeys were not jealous. What is this? Bhagwan is only blessing Hanumanji. He caught his hand and then made him sit near him and all. Nobody is carrying us. Such kind of cheap mentality was not there. When Hanumanji was blessed, look at the pure-hearted nature of these monkeys. All of them celebrated that moment. This is how we also should be. So without any kind of jealousy and narrow-mindedness, all of them, they glorified Bhagwan of his greatness. Now up to this, we found the glory of a Bhakta. Now from now on, we will see the glory of Bhagavan. So in Sundarkand, what is Sundar? Bhakta is Sundar and Bhagwan is also Sundar. Now Bhagavan Sundarta is going to come now. Till now we have seen Bhakta Sundarta. Glory of Hanuman, glory of Bhakta was seen. Now we will see glory of Bhagavan. Tab Raghupati Kapi Pati hi bulava, kaha chale kar karahu banawa. Then Bhagwan called Sugriva, the king of all monkeys, he called and then said, now make preparation for the march. Now that we have got all the information where Sita Mata is, etc., now we should proceed. We should start the march. So make all the preparations. Ab bilambu ke hi karan kije. Now why should we delay unnecessary now? There is no need to delay. Turat kapiha kahu aaye sujije. Now, O Sugriva, now give commands to all your, monkeys and the commanders, etc., senapatis. Give the command, give the instruction of whatever is needed. Kautuk dekhi suman bahubarshi nabhute bhavan chale suraharshi. Now all these devatas there were watching all this. They then showered flowers on them. Why did they shower flowers? At last Bhagwan has started his march towards Lanka. So they were very happy. At last Bhagwan is going towards Lanka. That means Ravana is finished. That means Devatas, they were very happy. Because they were being ruled by this wicked Ravana for such a long time. They felt that now their bad times have come to an end. So all of them showered flowers from the heavens and then went to their abode. Kapipati begi bolaye aaye joot apajut nana barna atul bala banar balu bharut. So then Sugriva called all those monkeys and bears, etc. All those senapatis came, the commanders in chief came. All of them came in groups, and varieties of monkeys were there in all shapes and sizes and with different strength, etc., etc. All of them came. Prabhupada pankaj navahi sisa garjahi bhalu mahabalakisa. All of them came and prostrated to Bhagwan and then gave a big roar. Dekhi Rama Sakala Kapisena Chitai Kripa Kari Rajivanena. Looking at these monkeys and the bears, the compassionate Bhagwan, he knew that these monkeys cannot fight with that huge Rakshasas. So what did Bhagwan do? He just looked at them with his, gracious eyes. He just graced them with his mere look. And then what happened? राम कृपा बल पाई कपिंदा भये पच्छजुत मनहु गिरिंदा भये पच्छजुत मनहु गिरिंदा. Bhagwan's one look was enough, and all these monkeys became very, very powerful. Very, very powerful. Bhaye pachchu, just like mountains with wings. They could fly also. They became huge, they became strong, and they were able to even fly. They all became as though mountain with wings. One gracious look, that's all. Now these are all very, very true subjectively also. A person who is walking the path of righteousness, upon whom always Bhagwan's blessing is there, you will find how things fall in place. If he needs intelligence, it will come. If he needs strength, it will come. If he needs resources, it will come. If he needs people, it will come. If he needs ideas, it will come. It just comes. So none of these things is an exaggeration. Everything is, you will find in your own life. Whatever task Bhagwan gives you, he sees to it that you get the strength to do that task. Whatever responsibility Bhagwan gives you, he gives the strength also to fulfill those responsibilities. Now here these poor Vanaras, little monkey, they are excited, etc. But they don't have strength. So what does Bhagwan do? Just by the look, he gives all the strength. Beautiful line. देखी राम सकल कपि सेना चितई कृपा करी राजीव नैना राम कृपा बल पाई कपिंदा भय पच्छजुत मनहु गिरिंदा हर्षि राम तब कीनि पयाना सगुन भय सुंदर सुभनाना. And then Bhagwan started the march. So it is said that Bhagwan was seated on the shoulder of Hanumanji, Lakshmana was seated on the shoulder of Angada, and thus the march began. And as the march began, all auspicious signs were seen here and there. Shakuna, yes. Shubha Shakuna was seen. Auspicious indication that whatever work you are going to undertake, it is definitely going to be true. And here it is said, Jasu Sakala Mangalamaya Kiti Tasu Payana Saguna Henite. And there is no wonder in it, because Bhagwan is the very abode of auspiciousness. Is a very embodiment of auspicious. So, when Bhagwan has taken up a task, all these auspicious signs, there is no wonder in it. Prabhu Payana Jana Bai Dehi Paraki Bam Anga Janu Kahi Dehi. On one side here, Bhagwan Ramchandra ji leaves, the march starts, and here Sita Mata, who is seated in Ashoka Vatika, she gets the message. How does she get the message? Her left part started throbbing. Now it is considered to be a very auspicious sign. The eyes, the hands, when it throbs, understand something good is going to happen. So the moment here Bhagwan left, here the throbbing also started. And very nice thing is said, Joy Joy Saguna Janaki hi hoi, Asaguna Bhayo Ravana hi soi. It is said that Ravana's left side also started throbbing. Now, it is said that if the left side of a woman throbs, it is a good sign. But if the left side of a man throbs, it is inauspicious. So as and when here Janaki Mata's left side was throbbing, here Ravana's left side was also throbbing. Only thing is you have to multiply it with 10, that's all. 10 eyes, 10 hands, everything started. Chala kataku ko barnai para, garjahi banar bhalu apara. Who can describe that army of Bhagavan Sri Ramchandra ji? Monkeys and bears and a huge ocean-like army. And what are their weapons? Nakha ayudhgiri padpadhari chale gagana mahi ichhachari. What are their weapons? Nakha, all these nails. Then giri, mountains, and then Padapadhari, huge trees. These were the weapons of these monkeys. Chale gaganamahi ichhachari, and some of them would just fly. Huge ones, and then fall, and again fly, and fall, full of excitement. Keharinad bhalukapi karahi, dagmagahi diggaj chikkarahi. And they would roar like a lion, roaring. And because of this, what was happening? Dagamagahi diggaj. It is said that there are 8 elephants which are guarding the entire universe. So these elephants started trumpeting, and the whole world started shaking. The earth was shaking. Chikkarahi diggaj dol mahigiri lol sagar kharbare मनहर्ष सभ गंधर्व सुर मुनि नाग किन्नर दुखटरे कट कट हि मर्कट बिकट भट बहु कोटि कोटि न धावहि जय राम प्रबल प्रताप कौशलनाथ गुण गण गावहि. Now the meter also has changed. Now the huge army is going. Now what happened? Chikkarahi diggaj. All those elephants were trumpeting. That 8 elephants, the guardian elephants, they were trumpeting, making loud sound. Dol mahi. Whole, the earth was shaking. Giri lol, the mountains were trembling. Sagar kharbare, the whole ocean was agitated. Man harsh sab gandharva suramuni naga kinnar dukhagatare. And seeing this scene, all those gandharvas, sura, muni, naga, kinnara, all those divine beings, they were very happy. Because now, very soon, Ravana is going to die. Kata kata hi markata bikata bhata bahu koti koti na dhavahi. And crores of monkeys and bears gnashing their teeth. Very frightening to look at. They were running. There was no march past, left, right. It cannot be done because there are monkeys. You can't discipline these monkeys. So all of them were running. Jaya Ram Prabal Pratap Kosala Nath Gunagana Gavahim. And chanting the name of Bhagwan. Saying Jai Shri Ram, etc. All these monkeys were running. Monkeys and bears. Glorifying Bhagwan. Now the next one is is an imagination of the Kavi Tulasidas. What does he say? Sahi sakana bhar udar ahipati bar bar hi mohai gah dasana puni puni kamatha prashta kathor soki misohai raghubir ruchir prayan prasthiti jani parama suhavani जनु कमठ कर पर सर्परा जसो लिखत अबिचल पावनी. This is called as Utpreksha Alankar. All these Alankars are there. So it is a fanciful imagination of the poet. So what is said here? Now this earth was shaking. Right? And who is balancing this earth? 1,000-hooded Shesha Bhagavan. Now Shesha Bhagavan is finding it difficult to balance it. Now why is it shaking? Because these monkeys, they sometimes fly and then fall. Now all these monkeys have gathered together in one place. So what happened to the balance of the earth? And moreover, Bhagavan has blessed them with heaviness also. They have become heavy, they have become strong. Earlier they were weak, etc. But now that these crores and crores of monkeys have become strong and heavy, etc., it became difficult for Shesha Bhagavan to handle this earth. So therefore he was finding it difficult. It was shaking. Ahipati bar hi moi. He was, sometimes he would just, unable to handle. Especially when the monkeys jump, then the earth becomes light. And then they fall, earth becomes heavy. So what happened was, Gah dasana puni puni kamatha prashta kathor soki misohai. So now Shesha Bhagavan was supported by Kamatha, Kurma Bhagavan. Kurma Bhagavan comes as the lowest. Kurma avatar of Bhagavan. Kurma means what? Tortoise. So on the tortoise is the Shesha Bhagavan. So whenever he would lose balance, he would catch hold of the shell of that tortoise. And how can he catch hold? He can only do it with his teeth. Because it is snake. So with the teeth, this Shesha Bhagavan thousands of hoods are there. He would just hold on to the, with the teeth, he would hold on to the shell of the tortoise. When he loses balance, again when the monkeys jump, it becomes light, again he rises up. Again when they fall, again he tries to catch with his teeth. So it appeared as though Shesha Bhagavan was writing the glory of this glorious march of Bhagavan with his teeth. It appeared as though Shesha Bhagavan was engraving on the shell of tortoise this glorious march of Bhagavan. Have you understood? Even to explain it is difficult. Now these things you have to imagine. Okay. So this is called Utpreksha Alankar. Right. Ehi bidhi jai kripanidhi utre sagarati jahatah lage khan phal bhal vipula kapibi. So in this way, all of them reached the shore of the ocean. All these monkeys and Bhagavan and Lakshmana, everyone, they reached the shore. And from there, all the monkeys, etc., they started eating the fruits, etc. So now, let us leave them there. The camera shifts. Camera shifts to the Lanka. What happened after Hanuman's leaving Lanka? Uha nisachar rahi sasanka jabte jari gayu kapilanka. Uha means there. Now see, in Tulsi Raman you will always find wherever Bhagavan is, there Tulsidas ji is also there. If Bhagavan is here, Tulsidas ji is here. So now where is Tulsidas ji? She is with Bhagavan. Where is Bhagavan? Here. Here means near the ocean shore. So now comes Uha. Uha means there. There means where? Lanka. So Tulsidas ji always keeps himself with Bhagavan. So Uha, there what happened? All the Nisacharis, all the Rakshasas, they were filled with fear. After that monkey, that Hanuman went away, all those Nisacharis were filled with fear. After that incident of burning the entire Lanka. Nija nija graha sab karahi bichara, nahi nisichar kulakir ubara. In every house, secretly this discussion was happening. Publicly you can't discuss. They were scared of Ravana. So no public meeting and all. In their own homes, this discussion was there. What? Now, I think the Nishacharas, this Rakshasa Skula is going to come to an end. Now, there is no way in which anyone can save. Just imagine the condition. One monkey comes in front of Ravana, burns the entire Lanka and escapes without even a scratch on his body. So what they said was, Jasu doot bala bharani na jai tehi aaye pur kavana bhalai. Just imagine, one Duta comes this and does this to Lanka, then what to talk if the real master comes? A mere messenger comes and does this and escapes unaffected in front of Ravana. Then what to talk if the real master comes? One person can do the whole thing, then what happens if the entire army comes? This way they were discussing among themselves, not publicly, secretly. Dootin sanasuni purajanabani mandodiri adhik akulani. Now what happened was, Ravana also had his Dutas, spies, to see what kind of discussions are going on everywhere. Of course those Dutas, they knew, but nobody had the courage to tell Ravana what was going on. How people were discussing, what all things they were discussing. The Dutas did not have the courage to tell Ravana, but Mandodari, she also had sent some female spies. So all these ladies, they are also spies. So they went and they got the information. This is the talk of the town. So these ladies, female spies, they came and informed Mandodari. So now Mandodari was very much distressed listening to this kind of talk. Already she had lost her son, Akshakumar. So when she heard from her spies this kind of talk, what should you do? रहसी जोरी कर पति पगलागी, बोली बचन नीति रस पागी. Rahasi, when Ravana was alone, she went to him, fell at his feet, and then with folded hands, she spoke these words filled with wisdom. What did she say? Kant karasha hari san pariharahu, mor kaha ati hita hiyadharahu. Oh Lord, please give up this hostility, this enmity with Bhagavan. He is Hari. With Hari, you give up this hostility. Hari means what? The one who takes away is Hari. So if you are hostile to Bhagavan, then he will take away everything of yours. Name, fame, power, possession, everything he will take away. But if you surrender unto him, then he will take away all your sorrows, your sins, everything. So Hari. So please give up this enmity towards Hari. You please listen to my words. Listen to my words and please take it to your heart. Samujhat jasu doot kai karani, sravahi garbh rajanichar gharani, tasu nari nij sachiv bolai, patavahu kant jo chahau bhalai. What is happening is, even by remembering that Duta, these Rakshasis are having abortions now. Just remembering that incident. Now all these Rakshasis are having this, what you call, their garbha is falling. Bhagwan, O Lord, therefore, the best thing you have to do is, please don't be hostile to Bhagwan. What you have to do is, if you can't go, doesn't matter, at least send your minister. And then along with your minister, you send Janaki, Sita back. This is what you must do. Maybe your ego may not allow, doesn't matter, at least through your minister you send her back. This is what will do good to you. Tavakul kamal bipin dukhadai, Sita Seet nisasam ai. O Lord, your lineage, you are born in such a holy family. It is like a forest of lotuses. But for this forest of lotuses, Sita has come like cold wintry night. It is said that in cold wintry night, the lotus and all, they get spoiled. So this Sita is like a cold wintry night for the forest of lotus of your family. Sunahu nath Sita binudine, hitna tumar sambu ajakine. Oh Lord, if you don't give back Sita, even Shambhu, even Brahmaji cannot help you. Ram ban ahi ganasaris nikar nisachar bheg, jab lagi grasat na tab lagi jatanu karhu tajite. Oh Lord, this Rama is not an ordinary human being. He is Bhagavan himself, disguised in the form of a human being. His one arrow is like so many snakes to eat away the frogs of Rakshasas. So if Rakshasas are frogs, Bhagavan's arrow is like snake. Whatever the frog may do, the snake will just swallow it. So therefore, give up this obstinacy, give up this hata, and then listen to what I say. Shravana suni satata karibani, bihasa jagat vidit abhimani. And when Ravana heard these words from Mandodari, he laughed. That Abhimani, full of arrogance and ego, etc., he laughed. Sabhaya subhav nari kar sacha, mangal mahu bhaya mana ati kacha. These ladies are like that only. Always full of fear, darpok, coward, weak-hearted. Such an auspicious thing is going to happen and you are scared. What is the auspicious thing? Jo avai markat katakai, jiye bichare nisichar khai. Free food supply is happening. Rakshasas' food is monkeys. Now they are coming by themselves. You don't have to go there. Monkeys are coming and these Rakshasas can have wonderful feast for so many days. So such an auspicious thing is going to happen and you are scared? Stupid lady. Kampahi lokap jaki trasa, tasunari sabhit badi hasa. It's a laughable thing. You know who I am? I am the one, even the, the guardian deities, they tremble with fear even by my name. And such a person am I, and my wife is so scared. It's a laughable thing. As kahi bihasi tahi uralai chaleu sabha mamata adikai. And then Ravana, he embraced her in love, showed his love, etc., and then went to his sabha. Mandodiri hriday kar chinta bhayo kant par vidhi vipirita. Poor Mandodiri, she felt that the luck has turned against my husband. Misfortune, unfortunate, even the destinies against my husband. This way she felt very sad. Baithe sabha khabari asipai sindhu par se na sab ai. So Ravana sat in his court. All the dutas, etc. had come. They informed Ravana, "O Lord, on the other side of the ocean, the army has already come. Rama's army has already come." This information was given. Bhujasi chachiv uchita mat kaho. Then Ravana said, "Okay, O ministers, what do you feel? What should we do? Now that the army has come to the other shore of the ocean, what is that we should do?" Te sab hase. Must kari raho. All these, ministers, they just laughed and said, "Oh Lord, just keep quiet. Jite hu surasar tab shram nahi, nar banar ke hi lekhe mahi." "Oh Lord, you have won over suras and asuras. You have conquered gods and asuras." What to talk of this insignificant Nara and Vanara? What to talk of these human beings and monkeys? They are naturally weak. So there is nothing we have to do. You are so strong, O Lord. What is there to do? There is nothing to be done. And they just laughed. Actually, everyone was scared inside. But no one had the courage to tell anything to Ravana. This was the fact. What is there to fear? You have conquered devatas, etc. So there is, just keep quiet. That's all what has to be done. And they were laughing. Because they knew that even if the truth is told to this wicked king, there is no use. He will not listen. Now, a very important thing is told. Sachiv Baid Guru Tini Jo Priya Bolahi Bhaya As Raj Dharma Tana Tini Kar Hoi Vegi Nas. If these three people, out of fear, out of desire, if they start speaking sweet words, not the truth, but that which is pleasing. Who are the three? Sachiv, Baid, Guru. Sachiv, ministers. If these three people, ministers, Baid means doctor, and Guru. Ministers, doctors, and teachers. If they start speaking pleasing words, and not the truth, then Raj Dharma Tana Tinikar Hoi Begihinas, then these three things will be destroyed. Rajya, if ministers tell all the pleasing words and not the truth, the kingdom is lost. If Vaid, if the doctors start telling only the pleasing words, then Tana, body is gone. And then if Guru, when he starts speaking pleasing words, then dharma is gone, righteousness is gone. They may be telling the pleasing words because of so many reasons. Suppose there is a very influential rich person and he is sick. He goes to the doctor, and the doctor, thinking that wonderful patient has come, I can make a lot of money through him. So now this patient may have lot of addictions. Suppose the patient is a diabetic patient and he loves sweets very much. And suppose the Guru says, okay, it's fine, now and then you can have sweets. Why? Because he doesn't want to lose this patient. Very rich, very influential. Now he is telling the pleasing words. He is not telling the truth. Because if I tell the truth, maybe he will get angry with me and then he will leave me. He will go to some other doctor. Then it's a problem. I can't make money. So because of desire or because of fear. So here, that is what is happening. Ministers are not telling the truth out of fear. So these three people, if they speak untruth out of fear or out of desire, then kingdom is gone, righteousness is gone, the body is also gone. And interestingly, in this case, in Ravana's case, all the three come true. Then what happened? So all of them, they were just praising Ravana, looking at his mouth, looking at his face. Soi Ravana kahu bani sahai astuti karahi sunai sunai. Looking at the face of Ravana, they were just praising Ravana, praising, oh praising. How great you are, how strong you are. Hey, this is nothing. If they come, we'll just eat them. What is there? Nothing, this, that, etc. They were telling. And this Ravana also was enjoying it. Avasar jani Vibhishana ava bhrata charana sisutehinava. At that time Vibhishana comes. So all these ministers were there. At that time Vibhishana comes. He just prostrated unto the feet of Ravana, sat there. Punisirunai baith nij asan bola vachana pai anusasan. And then Ravana asked him also, now tell me, what is your opinion, O Vibhishana? What do you say? All the army has gathered there, that side. So all these other ministers are saying that no, they can't come back. Number one, they can't cross the ocean. Number two, even if they come, we will eat them, we will finish them. All these are monkeys, what is there, etc., etc. They were saying. What did Vibhishana say? Jo krupal puchahim mohi bata mati anurup kahon hitatata. O father, a fatherly figure with great respect. See, let me tell you according to my understanding, O Lord. Now that you are asking me my opinion, I should tell the truth as it is. Whatever I think, I'll tell you. What is it? Jo aapan chahe kalyana sujasu sumati subha gati sukhanana so paranari lilar gosai tajau chautike chand kinai. The one who is interested in his own welfare. Sujasu, in his name, fame, what you call? Sumati, wisdom. Subhagati, after death, going to the higher world, Swargadi Lokas. Sukhanana, various kinds of happiness. Those who desire all these. So, Paranari Lilar Gosai Tajau Chautke Chandkinai. Such a person should not even look at the face of a woman. Just like one should not look at moon during Ganesha Chaturthi. It is said that in Ganesha Chaturthi you are not supposed to look at the moon. It is very inauspicious. I don't know whether you are aware. It is said that you are not supposed to look because Ganesha had some problem with, right? I think the moon had made fun of Ganesha or something. And then Ganesha had cursed that whoever looks at you during Ganesha Chaturthi, he will have some inauspicious thing and all that. So a person, that is not the point. The point is this, one should not, even with an evil intention, look at the face of Paranari, another woman. If he wants good name, wisdom, what you call, fame, welfare, everything. Then, Chaudah bhuvan ekapati hoi bhuta droh tishtati nahi soi. A person may be the lord of all the 14 worlds, but if he starts torturing, giving pain to other beings, he cannot remain in that post for long. Sooner or later, he is going to have downfall. Then, Gunasagar nagar narajo alapalobh bhala kahai nako. A person may be an abode of all virtues. He may be very civilized, but if he has lobha, greed in any field, then he will not be considered as a good person. So what all things he has said? Kama, Krodha, Mada, arrogance, Lobha, greed. All these things are told. So therefore, O Lord, Kama, Krodha, Mada, Lobha, Saba, Nath, Narak ke Panth. O Lord, these are all the gateways to hell. What all? Kama, Krodha, mada, lobha. These are all gateways to hell. Sab parihari raghubir hi bhajahu bhajahi jehi sant. So we have, oh Lord, give up all these negativities in the heart and then worship Raghuvir, just like the saints are worshipping him. So this verse is similar to Bhagavad Gita verse. What is that? Trividham narakasyedam dwaram nasanamatmanah kamakrodhastada lobah tasmat etatrayam tyajed. There are 3 doorways to hell: kama, krodha, lobha. Therefore, one should give up all the 3. So actually, Tulsi Ramayana, lot of quotations come from Bhagavad Gita only. Put it in a different way. So give up all this and worship Raghuvir. Who is Raghuvir? Raghuvir, he is Dayavir, Danavir, Vidyavir, Dharmavir and Yuddhavir. His Virata is in 5. So that Bhagavan is Dayavir. Since he is Dayavir, he will forgive all your sins. Bhagavan is Danavir. He will give the kingdom to you. All the prosperity you can keep it with you if you fall at his feet. Bhagavan is Vidyavir. If you approach him and surrender unto him, he will give the highest knowledge and he will liberate you. Vidyavir. And then Bhagavan is Dharmavir. If you don't listen to him, he will have a Dharma Yuddha with you. He is ready to fight with you also. And Yuddhavir, even if you fight with him, you are going to lose. Because he is Yuddhavir. So the best thing is surrender unto that Bhagavan. Then what happened, we will see tomorrow. Om sarve bhavantu sukhinah, sarve santu niramayah, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kasyid dukkha bhag bhaved, asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Gurubhyo Namah.